Hi students, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to explain you about the topic from general paper. That is, I have started with Unit 1, Teaching Aptitude. In that, I have explained in the previous video, teaching concept, objectives, levels of teaching, characteristics and basic requirements. So today I am going to explain you learner characteristics and factors affecting teaching related, and also methods of teaching, that is teacher centered and learner centered. And I also explained unit 2, that is research aptitude. For more information, please watch those videos. So today's topic is the another topic from teaching aptitude, that is learner characteristics. So learner characteristics, in that we are going to study about characteristics of adolescent and adult learners, academic, social, emotional and cognitive are the comes under the characteristics of adult learners, and individual differences between the learners. So as we know, the teaching never be successful if learners are not there. Okay, so there has been a growing usage of term learner as a system synonym for student. So learner nothing but a student. Similar to use of learning for teaching, but there is some difference between these terms. Learning can take place even without teaching, but teaching is unimaginable without some form of learning. So teaching is dependent on students or learners, but learning is not going to depend on the teaching. Okay, so learning even it can take place without teaching. So similarly, the term learner is a broader than student. Okay, as learner can learn even in the absence of teacher, but a teacher is required for students. So learning can take place inside as well as outside the classroom, but teaching is only inside the classroom. So there is a difference between learner and student. Okay, learner can learn without teaching, but teaching requires students. So teaching takes place in classroom, learning takes place inside as well as outside the classroom. So learning is a lifelong pursuit. The excitement and willingness to find and learn should be nurtured throughout the life. So the characteristics of learner revolve around their personality, attitude, confidence level, prior knowledge and ability. So on the basis of nature, characteristics of adolescent and adult learners can be categorized as personal, academic, social or emotional and cognitive. So if we take personal characteristics, include demographic information of the learners, that is age, gender, maturity level, language, socio-economic status, cultural background. So if we come across academic characteristics, it relates to institutional level or educational level, learning goals, prior knowledge and educational level of learners. So social or emotional characteristics based on relation of a group or of an individual with the group. So group structure, place of individual within a group, sociability, self-image and mood. Last one, that is cognitive characteristics, which determine how the learner perceives, remembers, thinks, solves problems, organizes and represents information in his or her brain. It depends upon thinking level of the learner. So attention span, memory, mental procedures, intellectual skills are involved in cognitive characteristics. So these are the characteristics of adolescent and adult learners: personal, academic, social or emotional, cognitive characteristics. So the next comes, the teacher should plan the classroom activity on the basis of above mentioned characteristics of the students or learner. So characteristics of good learners. First one, good learner are persistent. The process of development for good learner is continuous and gradual. Uh, that's why they are called good learners. They are persistent, and their learning process or the development is continuous and gradual. Second one, they know how to make use of their knowledge. So how they can solve real life problems, they know. Good learners. So the third one, they share their knowledge with others. They do not hide their knowledge, they share with others, and that means do not restrict themselves. They know very well that knowledge increases by sharing. Fourth one, they are free from negative emotions which weaken the learning abilities such as anger, jealousy, greed, and so on. So they don't have negative emotions. Fifth one, they are always curious to learn about something they do not know. They are always in search for new knowledge. Sixth one, they always find time for reading, analyzing, and evaluating the information they have gathered. So the seventh one, they enjoy learning and do not dishearten over the hardships which arise in journey of learning. So they all indicate that they always positive towards their goal. They have lot of questions. They always have questions in their mind. They seek to learn new things while finding answer to their questions. If we would have new knowledge, we must get a whole world of new questions. So that is very important. Questions must be asked. That is the good quality of a good learner. They have the ability to associate new knowledge with what they know already. So these all are the characteristics of good learner. So levels of learning. There are some different levels of learnings are there. According to Bloom's taxonomy in 1956, under the leadership of Dr. Benjamin Bloom, a new vision for teaching called Bloom's taxonomy, which was developed, which focuses on understanding, analyzing, and evaluating concepts, principles, and procedures. So, according to this theory, there are three domains of learning. First one is cognitive domain, which focuses on knowledge. Second one, psychomotor domain, focuses on skills. Affective domain focuses on attitude. So cognitive domain, as it indicates knowledge, comprises 6 subcategories, namely knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. So second comes affective domain. This domain was proposed by Krathwohl. It is concerned with feelings and emotions. So psychomotor domain, which also called as kinesthetic domain, it relates to natural automatic responses or reflexes. There are different models of psychometric domain. Okay. So, according to Gagne, one of the educationalists who has classified learnings into 9 levels, it is also known as Gagne's 9 conditions for learning. They are as follows. First one, reception, gain attention of students, voice modulations, gestures, short introductory video, handouts, etc. can be used for this purpose. Acceptancy, inform them about the objectives of what they are about to learn. Retrieval, third one, relate the new information with their prior knowledge. Selective perception, present the new information in the effective and easy to understand easy way. Semantic encoding helps students to learn and retain new information. Responding, at this stage students can demonstrate what they have learned. Reinforcement, provide feedback to students on the basis of their response. Retrieval, assess their performance through some text. Generalization, students should apply what they have learned, new situations and conditions. These all are the 9 levels of learning that was given by Gagne. So next comes individual differences among learners. In the case of learning, one size fits all is not correct. Okay, so something, if someone likes that doesn't mean that all are going to like that. So one size fits all is not true in case of learning. Not everyone can learn in the same manner. For example, while some students cannot study without loud music, other needs a calm environment. So learners can be comfortable with online courses, but some may be comfort with the textbooks. Okay, there are differences among learners. So these differences are discussed below. First one, intelligence. There is difference in intelligence level of different learners. It can affect their ability to grasp content. So from one student to another student, the level of intelligence is different. The grasping power is also different. So some may need less time, some may spend lot of time to understand, ability to remember, recall and reinforce. Second thing, aptitude. This is the ability to do something. Learner's aptitude affect his performance. It has been found that higher level of aptitude results in better performance. Age. So age also going to affect learning. Age affects the curiosity of learner. Curiosity to learn. We know that kids are more curious to acquire new knowledge. As they grow older, curiosity level decreases. Motivation. Every learner may have different motivating force for learning something, some skills. It could be the desire of employment, better salary, business, success, a hobby, fulfilling parents' wish, or something that motivates them to do or to learn. So that's why they are going to focus on their studies. Personality. Personality of a learner also impacts his ability to learn. His interaction with others will depend on his personality. Okay. So personality traits such as extraversion, agreeableness, neuroticism, openness uh, are related to job performance, academic achievement, leadership, well-being. So this also going to impact. Prior knowledge. Prior knowledge of learner also makes difference in their learning ability. A learner can be able to learn better is able to relate it with prior knowledge. Earlier, what he has studied is also very important. Learning style. So every learner has their own learning style. Some need complete silence while others need music or concentration. So some may learn better with discussion, some may study alone. So some may are used to prefer e-books or some prefer textbooks. Attitude. Attitude of learner is also very significant factor. A positive attitude will help in learning effectively. The positive or the attitude is very important here. Some are open-minded, cheerful, free, and affectionate, which will help them to shaping their personality. Environment. So environment is going to affect them a lot. The learners are going to be comfortable with their environment. Different learners can be comfortable in different types of environment. Some learners are better in groups, some are alone. They feel good or they used to be in library. Some other may prefer learning individually. Health of the learner influences his ability to learn, remember, recall. A learner with poor health will not be able to concentrate. This is the universal truth. If your health is good, then only you can have a presence of mind. You can able to remember, recall the things. So whether it may be in classroom or if you are learning individually. So very important thing is your health plays important role. So in general, levels of learning can be simplified as follows: listening or reading, reflecting, assimilating, and implementing teaching. So next comes factors which are affecting teaching. So first one, educational qualification. So for effective teaching, suitably qualified teachers should be employed. The teacher must possess minimum qualifying criteria or the minimum qualification so that they can meet the level of students. Specialized teachers in the field can deliver the lectures better comparing to unspecialized teachers. So qualification, one of the factor that affects teaching skills. The teacher should have appropriate skills need for teaching, include presentation skills, communication skill, ability to manage class. Um, Third one, building trust. Teachers' ability to build trust or relationship with students, which also affects effectiveness of teaching. Teachers should always be willing to help students if they have any problems. Pace of teaching and learning. Teachers should know about the pace and capacity of students and plan the course accordingly so that the student should match with the speed of this teaching that you are delivering. So teachers should adjust the pace of teaching as per the need of students to improve its effectiveness. Ability to engage. Student always try to engage students. Teachers should always try to engage students because students are the centers of the teaching. So if students are focused, then only the teaching is going to be effective. So they have to use some methods or activities to engage students. Personality of teacher. So in order to have productive learning environment, teachers should have patience, caring, kind personality. He or she should not be rude towards students. Dedicated teacher will ensure safe, positive and productive classroom for students. So learners. Learners are significant part of teaching learning process. The aptitude, attitude, personality, prior knowledge, age, level of demonstration, etc. of the learner influence the teaching effectiveness. Support materials. Ability, availability and use of study materials, audio, videos, online courses, online tests, other teaching aids also increase effectiveness of teaching. Instructional facilities. These include classrooms, laboratories, seminar rooms, projectors, whiteboards, and so on, which used in delivering instructions to students. Their ability ensures effective teaching. So these all are the factors affecting effectiveness of teaching. Educational qualification, skills, building trust, pace of teaching and learning, ability to engage, personality of teacher, learners, support material, instructional facilities. So next comes characteristics of good teacher. As we have learned the characteristics of good learner, the good teacher also have some qualities. First one, well qualified and knowledgeable. A teacher with good knowledge of the subject will address the class confidently. So the first good characteristic of teacher is knowledge. He or she must be knowledgeable. Second thing, act as facilitators and encourage learners. Ability to think, communicate, work together with others. So they must be encouraging, motivate students to succeed in life. They must be motivational. Fourth one, plans the course content considering the pace and capacity of students. So that is very important thing. You should match the students' level. Present the learning material in an interesting manner so as to engage students. Sixth one, lifelong learner. Teacher himself or herself is a learner. So lifelong learner keep on updating himself continuously. Seventh one has knowledge of different teaching models, methods, strategies. So to improve the effectiveness of teaching also to students' personality, has positive attitude and a good sense of humor. He is a role model for students. His achievements, experience, act source of motivation for them. So next, not authoritarian in class. Authoritarian in class. He is not going to command students. He encourages students to take part in classroom activities. So believes in justice. He manages classroom conflicts very well and further develops feelings of brotherhood, communal unity. So the next one, last one, that is always keen in accepting feedback from students. He takes criticism positively and uses it in improving himself. So these all are the characteristics of good learner, a good teacher who motivates learner and improve his personality. So learning environment. Effectiveness of teaching also depends on the learning environment. If the teacher and learner are comfortable in the surrounding environment, then the learning will be effective. Teacher and students will be distracted, leading to ineffectiveness of the learning. If the environment is not comfortable, if it is noisy or not well qualified teachers are there, that is not going to be effective. Policies of institution. Effectiveness of teaching is also affected by policies framed by institutes. These policies can give autonomy to the teacher or can control the classroom activity. So there are some other factors which include financial incentives, uh, parental pressure, peer knowledge of students. Everything matters here. So there are some teaching models are available. School faculties, individual teachers create life in schools by models of teaching they choose according to the educationalist Bruce Joyce. So for effective teaching, a teacher should have good knowledge of teaching models and should choose the appropriate models keeping in mind the needs of students and subject. These models help in boosting interest, creativity, motivation, and innovation. The different types of models are given below. Social interaction model, information processing model, behavior altering model, personal basis model. So social interaction model type of model focuses on importance of social relations and interactions. Behavior altering model, as the name suggests, these models are teaching focus on alternating the behavior of the students so as to make them better citizens of tomorrow. Information processing models, these based on ability of learner to process the information they receive from their surroundings. Personal basis model, which enhance self-esteem, self-efficiency, and understanding. So methods of teaching in institutions of higher learning. So in higher education, there are methods of teaching. Basically, it may be a teacher-centered or learner-centered. So effective teaching also depends upon the choice of appropriate teaching method. So there are many different methods which can be used by teachers depending on the availability of resources, interest of learners, and curriculum level of students, policies of the institute, demand of the subject. So let us discuss the important teaching methods, teacher-centered and learner-centered method, difference between them. So first point, if you take, it is a conventional approach and it is relatively a modern concept. The main focus is on the teacher-centered. The focus is on student-centered, as well as instructor. Teacher delivers lectures to students who act as passive learners. Students are active learners due to their active participation. Flexibility is lesser in such methods. In learner-centered, flexibility is more. Students work on their own and not in group. Students can work in group or on their own. Teacher monitors students. Students can learn even in the absence of teacher. Learner is evaluated by teacher. So learner can evaluated by teacher, students on their own or peer groups. Teacher chooses the topic, study material, time to be devoted, classroom activities, evaluation techniques. Here the students don't have choice. So in learner center, students have choice over the study material, learning activities, timelines, evaluation techniques. Teachers can provide the syllabus for course, guide the students for referring authentic sources. So here in teacher center, there is usually pin drop silence as students are not allowed to talk. But in learner center, such classrooms are lively as students participate actively in discussion. There is generally one way flow of knowledge from teacher to students. Here, there can be multiple channels of flow of knowledge. Teacher centered methods include lecture, team teaching, TV, video, presentation, differentiated instructions, etc. Student centered methods include tutorial, assignment, project work, case study, programmed instruction, computer assisted learning, interactive videos. So, this is the difference between teacher centered and learner centered. So, some of the questions are there related to the today's topic that I have explained. So, the first question here, the process of learning include which of the following? So, the options has been given here. First option, synthesis and organization of the old and new experience resulting in a novel pattern. Second one, it includes all activities which leave permanent effect on the individual. In its simplest form, learning means acquisition, retention, and modification of experience. So, if we read all are the positive responses, so option D is correct. Question 2, why should you prefer teaching to other profession? For the service of humanity, for the love of teaching, for love of youth, for mastery over the subject of teaching. Option A is correct, for the service of humanity. Question, which of the following is quality of teacher? He presenting the subject matter in an effective manner with clear explaining leading to better understanding of matter. He should be trained to various teaching methods. He should know the child psychology, all of the above. So option D is correct. Which characteristic from the following is least concerned with the teacher? Command over subject matter, respect from college management, good rapport with the students, effective verbal communication. Option B, respect from the college management. Who can be good teacher? One, whose students do not need to ask question, whose answer all the questions asked by students, who never encourages children to know something not in curriculum, who always tells his or students that from where they can get answer to their queries. Option C, who never encourages children to know something not in curriculum. Teacher use teaching aids for making teaching interest, making teaching with understanding level of students, making student attentive, sake of its use. Option B, making teaching with understanding level of students. Meaningful learning takes place when students are interested in topic, explanations are given within reach of student, the new content being taught is related to previous knowledge, students raise question and get them clarified. Option A, students are interested in topic taught. A teacher learns maximum from principal, books, students, none of the above. Option C, students. So this is the question for exercise. So you have to answer for this question and you should answer in the comment box. There are so many definitions of learning. Which of the following is most adequate? The modification of behavior, the development of skills, the acquisition and organization of knowledge, all of these. So please answer for this question in the comment box. Okay, I hope this information is very helpful, and please do subscribe my channel for upcoming classes. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to answer for this question.